Hello YouTube, Slate Warrior here with Game 3 of my match on Dueling Network versus dzeeff for my 100 subscriber special. He is using his Wight deck. As you can see in the chat, we are going to talk about how his deck has no autobeals, right? And then I say that I'm kind of like, I feel bad for the fact that he's using this deck because originally we intended to duel against his Spirit build. But unfortunately something happened, we had to quit, and then we just started a new match and he was using this deck by default. He didn't really care, so we just decided to continue the match that way. I said that we could start over if he wanted to, but he doesn't care. So that's why he has a 10 card extra deck and a 42 card main right now, is because this isn't the deck that he intended to use. So I card Super for 3, get Light Pulsar, which is great, get a Kree Bandit, which is not bad, to Light in the Dark, MST, terrible, but what can you do? I only run 7 spells, so it happens sometimes. I opened up with Red MD and a normal summonable dragon, which is not that bad. Red MD is only really good on the field when you have a Light Pulsar in the hand and in the graveyard, because then you can special summon your Light Pulsar from the hand or the graveyard to special summon your Red MD and then get your other Light Pulsar out and start looping, or I guess protecting yourself. So he Dark Greffers and gets 3 Skull Servants in the graveyard, one of them being the king sent by the effect of Dark Greffer, and the other 2 being sent by the effect of White Prince. And then of course the White Prince itself is a Skull Servant name, so it's a total of 4, which is crazy that you can just go so plus from one Dark Greffer play. And then he Book of Lives here. He Book of Lives and banishes the Kree Bandit for I'm not exactly sure what reason. The Kree Bandit is pretty dead in the grave besides the fact that it's a dark, whereas Light Pulsar Dragon is of course one of the most live cards that I have in the grave. I mean, besides Malicious, it's pretty much the first card that I want to see in the graveyard. But he attacks over my card Trooper, lets me draw into Gores. He has a 3000 attack, King of the Skull Servants, and since I did draw into Gores, when I take direct damage and control no cards, I can summon Gores, and I'm like, yeah, I totally top pick that. If you guys are subscribed to Master, in a recent episode of Daily Duels that we did on his channel, I top decked a Dark Hole and just completely turned the game around. So that was, my top decks are looking pretty good in these duels that I happen to be recording. So I wanted to ask you guys, I'm just going through my cards here, so while I'm taking a break from actually making plays, what do you guys think about the music that I present in these videos? Definitely tell me in the comment section below. It's all by Neeves, and if you want to check out Neeves' channel, it's always linked in the description of my duel videos, because I want to support his channel because he supported mine with all the wonderful music he's provided for me to include. I just want to know what you guys think about it, because I really like listening to it, and I think that duels are kind of cool with like an electronic soundtrack, and the BGM that he has allowed me to use is definitely very fitting. This is a track from a Mega Man game. It's a remix that he's done, so I just wanted to know what you guys thought about that. So definitely comment down in the comment section below. Also, check out the 100 subscriber special playlist that I have compiled. It's just all the duels that I had for my 100 subscriber special. I do playlists for pretty much everything that I do on my channel, like duels, deck profiles, the next great YugiTuber analysis, the review series, and pretty much everything else I do on my channel. I would like to put in a playlist so people can just watch it all together, and that includes this. So if you guys want to see this like all together in one big playlist, go check out the playlist on my channel, because I happen to make one for you. This will be the 6th video, and there's going to be many more in that playlist. Alright, so I finally decided to normal summon Raiden. I was thinking out a really complicated play with Red MD and Dark Flare and with the Light Pulsar in the grave, but I just decided to simply Raiden for the worst possible mills. Charge and Solar Recharge, charge the Light Brigade and Solar Recharge. I said wonderful. And at this point I'm going to bring back the Light Pulsar that I have in the graveyard by discarding, I believe, Dark Flare and Raiden to go into Leo, because it can attack over his King of the Skull Servants. Pretty much the key to beating the King of the Skull Servants is to either I'm not sure if it can special summon itself back if it's destroyed by a card effect, but I know that the best way is just to attack over it, because then it loses the 1000 attack, and if you can attack over it once, you can just attack over it the next time after it special summons itself back. Like they can fuel the graveyard during their turn pretty easily though, so you have to watch out for that. But so what I'm going to be doing here is I'm going to ask if it is still 3k, and of course it still is, and since Leo is 3-1, I'm going to go into Leo, plus the targeting thing, but his deck doesn't really have that many removal options anyway. It's pretty much just an all offensive sort of thing. It can remove from the graveyard. Alright, so yeah, here I completely forget about the fact that his king can special summon himself back. So I attack over the Greffer with Gores for 1000 battle damage, and then I attack over with Leo for 100. But then I think I can just attack directly. What I should have done is kept that in defense mode, because he can actually come out at a 2000 body, meaning that I can't attack over him with my 1700 attack token. Remember, I special summoned that when I took the battle damage from Dark Grepher. So yeah, so he's back at 2k, and I'm going to pass back to him. You know, I really like making these videos once I like start them and stuff, but like it's just hard to get started. Like, I don't know, maybe that's just me, but like when I'm like doing these, like I love it. Like I really enjoy doing commentaries. It's just so hard to like bring myself to start making one of these. I don't know. Alright, so he draws for turn and brings out a tour guide, which is a very important part to the Burning Abyss part of his White Abyss deck, and he brings out, I believe that is Skarm. Not positive, not completely familiar with the Burning Abyss cards, but he's going to go into Dante here because he needs to try to mill as many Skull Servants as he can to get his King of the Skull Servants to attack over my Leo. Yes, that is indeed Skarm. So Skarm is the one that searches for level 3 thing. It searches the entire deck plus tour guide, which is great. The entire archetypical deck plus tour guide. Tour guide is more or less, you know, a Burning Abyss monster at this point. It's a pretty good card. It was a pretty good card before Burning Abyss, and now it just got even better. I mean, tour guide was a 2 for a really long time, so yeah, now I'm telling him what plays to make. Go into Leviair, bring back my Kree Bandit. Great plays, right? Or summon Obelisk, activate double summon. So yeah, he's gonna go into extra deck into Dante, like I said, and what he's hoping to do is he's just hoping to luck sack and mill as many Burning Abyss monsters. I'm sorry, Skull Servant monsters as he can, and he just milled 2 non-Skull Servants and then a 3rd non-Skull Servant. So he realizes that he won't be able to attack over my Leo. So what he will then do is, yeah, I'm saying GG over here, right? So what he's going to do is he's going to, I believe, attack over my token, yes, with Dante, so he can do some battle damage to me and get rid of the fact that it is in attack mode because he wants to get that 2-5 defense. If it stays in attack mode, it will lose the attack back that it gained. It only gains attack until the end phase. Tell me what you think about his White Abyss deck in the comments, though. I really want to know what you guys have to say because it's a really unique deck. I mean, my deck's, you know, kind of unique, but like this deck is like completely just, you know, the Skull Servant support came out and he was just inspired by it. With the Burning Abyss, they're dark monsters, so they combine pretty well. You know, they all kind of focus in the graveyard, the Burning Abyss monsters having graveyard effects, and the King of the Skull Servants being fueled by what is in the graveyard named Skull Servant to power it up. For some reason I asked him if it has 0 defense, even though it's clearly listed on the card that it is !/0. So, you know, I just say I don't know the deck, which it was just me being stupid. Like, I'm pretty sure he thinks I'm trying to annoy him on purpose at this point. There I go again saying at this point. Yeah, I'm saying some of them have grave effects. That's just me making excuses. Alright, so I think I'm going to normal summon Raiden and just see if I can get some stuff into my graveyard to make plays with. I could attack over the Dante and the King of the Skull Servants, of course, but I'm looking to put some damage on board and get finished with this duel as quickly as I can, and he's just going to scoop to me getting the Malicious in the graveyard. I don't know why exactly, but I guess he didn't really want to deal with my graveyard spam shenanigans, even though I'm not playing double Leo. I used to play double Leo in this deck, but in this version of the deck, I'm not playing double Leo because the only way to make it is level 6 and Raiden isn't really special summonable in this deck. I can only really normal summon it. I don't play Lumina in this deck. So, you know, I dropped the double Leo. I had made double Leo. In fact, I made double Leo once and I got Dark Hold. But anyway, thanks for watching. Subscribe for more Yu-Gi-Oh videos. Like this video if you enjoyed it. Favorite it if you liked it that much. Share it with your Yu-Gi-Oh friends. I want to spread out my 100 subscriber special. I want everybody to watch my Chaos Deck Duel. I want everybody to tell me what they think about my Chaos Deck. And speaking of that, comment down below to help me celebrate my 100 subscriber special. Tell me what you think about my deck and his deck. This will be the last duel that you'll see with this deck on my channel, of course. His deck, you know. It's not the last Chaos duel you'll see, but it's the last duel with White Abyss you'll see, because this was the 3rd game of the match, meaning that I happened to win the match. Yeah, and I guess I'll see you later, YouTube.